What's up everyone? Today we're going to be answering some commonly asked questions in the home renovation content creation space. Let's dive right into it. First question is, do contractors really need social media? To that, I would say not really. I mean, if your work is pretty good, you have referrals coming in, the only question for starting a social media is, do you want to build more relationships? Do you want to make more revenue? Do you want to build more trust and credibility with your audience? Do you essentially want to open up more conversations for your business? And to that, most construction and home renovation people say yes, right? I know a lot of contractors that don't have social media and they're fine. However, the best contractors I've seen, they have a solid website, they have a solid Google My Business page, they have a solid brand overall, and they also have a solid social media profile. Now, what does a social media profile do for you? It essentially opens your company up to more conversations. It helps showcase your work. It helps keep you top of mind to the customer's head so that when they need any sort of renovation, they know who to call, and I hope they want to call you. Okay, next is, how often should contractors post? Well, that's a very arbitrary question. I like to focus on high quality posts. I also like to focus on posts that are interactive with the audience, maybe some educational content, maybe some question and answer content. You can basically showcase your work while at the same time instigating some sort of questions from your audience. Ask your questions a lot of things. You'll see that your audience likes a lot of things that you might not even think that they were interested in the first time. For example, a lot of people, they shy away from showing a lot of their demolition because they think it looks dirty. However, a lot of times the demolition is actually one of the most fun parts of a renovation, and it's a part that a lot of people like to see. So the next question is, what type of content works best for contractors? Well, the best I've seen is before and after transformations, showing it in a photo or a video. Before and after transformations do really well. Educational content does really well. Any sort of shareable content at your job site does really well. Posting your employees does really well. A lot of people don't like to show their employees for one of two reasons. One, they just don't, the employees don't feel comfortable talking in front of the camera or just being shown. And secondly, a lot of times the employees change, so they don't like to show someone that's not consistently there. But if your workers are comfortable in front of a camera, if they're confident with themselves and they're going to stay there for a long time, it's a great thing to show your staff members how they are, what they like to do, and a little bit more. They can also educate your audience on the different things that they're doing. For example, they can have a segment to show how they install flooring in a small closet. It's a fun little segment. A lot of people have this kind of question. So instead of you saying it as a business owner, it's better when it comes from, say, your flooring installer. He's the expert and they know how to do it the best. So why not let them show it instead of you always talking about your expertise? You're made up of your team. So why not let your team shine sometimes too? Next question is, should contractors run ads? Sure, they can run ads. I think basically creating an organic page first, basically creating an audience first, creating a community is more important than running ads. Once you have a solid community, then feel free to run ads to get more engagement, to get more leads, to get more people contacting you, more people aware of your company in general. That's a great way. However, I recommend starting off with organic to build a strong community. Tell your friends and family to follow you, ask them what they would like to see, and then move to the next layer. That's ads. Are reviews really that important? Of course, reviews are super important. Google reviews are important. Testimonials on your website are super important. Testimonials on your social media profile is very important. Things that people can see, when you talk about your job and how great you are at what you do, that's great, but it's way better hearing it from somebody else and having that social proof more than just the user or the customer taking your word for it. Let them hear it from your clients that you've worked with in the past, continuous clients, one-time clients. Let them hear it from those kind of people too. How can contractors stand out from competitors? Well, the best way to stand out from your competitors is to tell a compelling story about your company. How do you do that? I recommend doing that on a daily, weekly basis, reminding people of your story, reminding people of the relationship they have with you. Build that relationship with your audience, your community, and you'll find that in the future when people see you pop up on their phone every day or every other day, every week, heck, even every month, when they see you, they already feel like they've built a relationship with you. So that will immediately separate you from competitors because you are telling a story to them and communicating with them on a consistent basis. The next question is it okay to film jobs with just a phone? Of course, I think filming jobs with a phone is great. I think in the after phase, when everything is done, I think it's good to get a professional to come in and take photos and videos of this place. But anything else, I think taking a phone and recording is great. I'm a huge fan of it. Get something over iPhone 15. Only tip that I recommend is keep a mic. So buy a mic for $70. A little mic goes a really long way in terms of improving the audio quality. And one more tip is make sure you're adding the captions to all of your videos, because over 60% of people don't watch reels with any sort of audio. So if you don't have any captions, you're missing a big chunk of your potential audience. People are in the subway, they're in the classroom, they're in a meeting, and they're watching reels, maybe they're in the library. So when these people are here, they want to watch your videos. So captions really are a small thing that go a long way in capturing a new audience or existing audience. Should contractors post unfinished jobs? I think posting unfinished jobs are great, as long as there's a story to tell. Like, what are you trying to talk about? Is there a specific area you're trying to highlight in that post? Definitely posting an unfinished job is fine. However, just posting a video or photo can look a little unprofessional if there's no story behind it. So make sure every single post you have has some sort of compelling story that you're telling, so that the people watching have a reason to share it, have a reason to watch the whole thing. At the end of the day, you don't want to take your audience's time for granted. So try to share a story, deliver value on every single post that you're making. Don't just post it for the sake of posting it. Deliver value and tell a good story. What should contractors include in every post? Well, you don't have to include anything in every single post. Well, people know who you are, they know your page. I recommend building a world around your content. So world building essentially consists of having little elements that are consistent throughout different pieces of content. For example, if you're in home renovations, you want to show your nice truck every so often. You don't have to show your truck in every single post, but it's nice to show your truck in every, say, 1 in 5 posts. You can show your truck. Maybe you're in the truck, you're outside of it. Maybe it's the backdrop of your post, or maybe you have a dog, or maybe you have a brother that likes to come up, right? These are little things that you do in your content that people remember, right? For example, you have a specific person that you work with and they're really funny, and people are sort of commenting like, yo, I like to see this person, right? So having that little world that you're building, maybe a few catchphrases that you have in your post, right? For example, bring your vision to life. You say that every now and then, so that people know that they associate these catchphrases and these sound bites with your company. This is a great way to build a world in your content so that there's a consistency, and when people are watching your content, they feel like they're inside of your world, instead of just having a generic post. This way, it feels like they are walking in your world, and that when they call you or they contact you, they know they're entering your world with all these same elements. Thanks for watching this Q&A. My name is Araash. I'm from All In Media Management. We help contractors and home renovation companies showcase their work online through content creation. So if you guys would like to work with us and you live in the Greater Toronto area, in Ontario, definitely contact us. If you don't live in the Greater Toronto area, definitely you can still contact us, ask us some questions. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks.